and cooperation in achieving the goal of the world free of drug abuse, today on 26th June, we as individuals, therapists, activists, various organizations, communities, churches joins in to observe World Drugs Day. As it is said by UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, together we can tackle the world drug problem.
General Assembly of the United Nations has designated 26 June as International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, also known as World Drug Day, as an expression to strengthen action and cooperation for achieving the goal of a society free of drug abuse. And each year, we, different government departments, communities, various organizations, churches, and like-minded individuals join together to observe this day across the globe to help raise awareness against this menace and renew our determination and commitment in achieving a world free of drug abuse. Our team, addressing drug challenges in health and humanitarian crisis, aims to inform the public, especially young people, about the harmful effects that drugs can do and have on their health and life. The more educated people are on this topic, the more likely they are to go on a healthier path and choose to forego the unhealthy habit. Ladies and gentlemen, you will again agree with me that drug and alcohol abuse is increasing alarmingly in our society. I would like to take the opportunity today to call upon all of you to continue to advocate to protect the right to health for the most vulnerable, including children and youth, people using drugs, people with drug use disorders, and people who need access to controlled medicines. When people become involved with substance abuse, it's not just addicts, but also their loved ones are affected. Intoxication not only causes loss of wealth, but also leads to many diseases at home. This has a very bad effect on mental and physical health.
Despite these huge quantity seizures made by the Drug Law Enforcing Agency, made in a year worth 117 crores of rupees in an illicit global market, still the consumer's rate is high. As the reason of some group which cannot be manned or checked, especially international border sharing with Noglak district as well as Mon district. These routes cannot be monitored by the law enforcing agency. Why? Because this route link, most probably it is footpath and it can't be tracked also, and especially this dirt road. And whereas a state border sharing with Assam, where synthetic drugs are smuggled through unmanned entry and exit point. Therefore, in order to reduce drug flow, strong mechanism need to be developed between the law enforcing agency and all the stakeholders present out here also. So lastly, I conclude by the word saying, with a slogan saying, say no to drugs, yes to life.
When all these concerned departments are seated here and not undermining them, I think church needs to play a very vital role when it comes to fight against all this substance abuse. The scientific method and the spirituality ought to come together. That means the medical help and the spirituality. If church just focus on the spirituality of those concerned person, the ethics. I think we are going to fight a losing battle, but we need the backup of the scientific, medical so-called. That's why even our church, we bring both the spirituality and the medical help together. But when it comes to the follow-up, after detox camp, we call it men's special camp. After the camp, church can play a vital role in supporting them. Some of our AA members are also here. And we can't be there often, yet our support, our moral and spiritual support, it gives a deeper ramification when we just stand along with them. Church again, just as one of our pastors prayed, it is when we organize this kind of a camp, it is not so much about, overcoming the addiction and all, but we look at one individual and we take them as precious individual.
One of our main motives behind this ministry is discipleship. As these recovering alcoholics work on their sobriety journey, they are also encouraged to bring another friend to join them in the journey to recovery. And that is how we minister not only to people from the Baptist denomination, but to other denominations as well. This ministry is not just confined to our church, but along with discipleship, we aim to reach out to other churches as well. And with that, we have 4 more other churches working with us. That is Tizama Baptist Church, Chichama Baptist Church, Chichama Basa Baptist Church, and Bota Baptist Church. So far, we have had organized 8 raw detox camps and have had about approximately 150 campers. The duration of the camps are 7 days a week, which is followed by weekly AA meetings. The weekly follow-ups play one of the most significant roles in their sobriety journey. It is here in this meeting. They share about the daily struggles and ways to cope with the temptations and support each other. The support group helps them to keep up with their sobriety journey. Despite the support, we have also lost some souls to their untimely death.
It's laughable that Nagaland has Liquor Prohibition Act. Has it worked? I'm just asking. I was with the churches when they came together in Kohima to force the government to implement Nagaland liquor prohibition. And up until today, I don't know how many lives have been lost because of the premature death due to alcohol. Prevention has not, the act has not actually prevented alcohol from coming into Nagaland, the state of Nagaland. In actual fact, because there is a demand that alcohol is climbing over the walls and it's flooding our markets. A small pawn shop still sells alcohol. And so I feel that we need not only just of all of us here, the government, social welfare department, government of Nagaland alone,
the police department is here trying to say that they are trying to curb the inflow of drugs. We still have got a lot of health issues, particularly the alcoholics, right? It destroys one of the most important vital organ that detoxifies the alcohol. One of my professors have told me, there must have been a God to have created the liver. The liver is a wonderful organ. That's what he's saying. And it is so true. And when that is destroyed, so many other things follows. I just do not want to continue to talk about my own knowledge. But I feel that with Madam being present over here, Commissioner Secretary, I just feel that we need to have, not only just observing 26th June of every year with a theme, because we are facing a human crisis, that we should meet regularly to try and plan strategies, how we are in our individual level be able to curb the spread of drug abuse.
Researchers have also reported increased instances of tragic deaths due to drug overdose, triggered by many socio-economic factors, including mental health issues like depression, etc. Our country is developing at a fast pace and is already afflicted with so many other grave problems, such as unemployment, poverty, illiteracy, and the problem of drug abuse poses a greater challenge of making our economy regressive by destroying the lives of our youth. The vulnerability of the modern society plays a catalytic role in promoting the consumption and abuse of narcotic and psychotropic drugs. The fast-changing social milieu and the introduction of synthetic drugs and intravenous drug use leading to HIV and AIDS has also added a new dimension to the use of drugs. Drug abuse is a psycho-socio-medical problem that requires a holistic approach. The UN designated theme for the year 2022, which is addressing drug challenges in health and humanitarian crisis. This is the theme for this year, and in this regard, I would like to impress us not to lower our guards as a community during this phase of widespread health and humanitarian crisis and strengthen our collaborative efforts. Acknowledging the importance of having an addiction-free society, our constitution makers have, through the directive principles of state policy, made the improvement of public health as one of the government's primary duties. In particular, Article 47 of our Constitution states that the state shall endeavour to bring about prohibition of the consumption except for medical purposes.